Widely considered one of the most influential video games in history, Super Mario Bros. Not only left its mark on gamers, but on level design as well. Released in 1985 for the Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Mario Bros. Has great gameplay, timeless music, and a classic storyline. This iconic video game created the blueprint for 2D platformer games, backboned by exceptional level design evident from the very first level, World 1-1. World 1-1 in Super Mario Bros. Is an important contribution to video game history, changing level design forever. With Nintendo legend Shigeru Miyamoto at the lead, Super Mario Bros. Was on a course to change the world of gaming forever. And at the core of level design, the philosophy learning through play was implemented. World 1-1 was designed to act as a tutorial for new players. The level slowly introduced players to the game, showcasing interactions with common enemies, power-ups, and obstacles, as the player experimented with the game mechanics. This was an innovative method for level design at the time. As Miyamoto put it, World 1-1 was meant to allow the player to gradually and naturally understand what they're doing. By understanding the range of mechanics and obstacles, the player is allowed to explore the game freely and become more personally invested into the gaming experience. An experience that ignited the passion of gaming for millions of gamers around the world. And now, a breakdown of the level design of World 1-1. The level starts with the player quickly learning that they are able to make Mario move forward, as well as make Mario jump. Immediately, the player sees a gold question mark block suspended in the air, and is able to jump into the block, bumping it from beneath. The interaction causes the question mark block to disappear, releasing a coin in the process. The coin visually pops out of the top of the box in unison with an audio clip. An interaction designed to positively reinforce the player into repeating the action for question mark blocks in the future. After bumping this block, or if the block is run past, the player will naturally approach a Goomba, the first enemy that appears in Super Mario Bros. Despite the ability to easily stomp on the Goomba or to avoid it outright, a completely new player has a likelihood that this first enemy will kill them. If the player is killed by the Goomba, the player is negatively reinforced from the loss of one of their lives. Instantly, the player can try again as this first negative interaction occurs seconds within the level starting. This timing allows the player to learn from experience while not losing significant progress. The next interaction within World 1-1 is with the floating blocks that are just beyond the Goomba. The player may first hit a brick to learn that it contains nothing, before the player moves to the next question mark block. This block does not contain a coin. Rather, the game introduces the next game mechanic, surprising the player with the appearance of a mushroom power-up. Interestingly, the mushroom and the Goomba look similar, so a player may decide to jump over the mushroom. In doing so, the player will likely hit a block above and be bounced down into the mushroom unwillingly. To the new player's surprise, rather than die, Mario will grow in size, revealing that the mushroom is a desirable power-up, positively reinforcing the player. Next, the player is introduced to a series of 4 vertical pipes of varying height. This part of the level design has the intention to allow the player to discover that jump height can be controlled by the length of time the jump button is held down. After passing the pipes, World 1-1 introduces players to a bottomless pit. The hazard requires players to jump horizontally over the pit to the other side. Failing to do so results in the loss of a life. At this point of the level, players may learn the effectiveness of using the run button, as Mario can jump further from a running position versus a standing position. Providing the player has preserved the mushroom power-up and has not been hit thus far, the player then may discover another power-up, the Fire Flower, allowing the player to hurl fireballs at enemies. Next, the player is first introduced to a Koopa Troopa. The player likely will at first attack this enemy by stomping on its head. However, unlike the Goomba, the Koopa Troopa leaves behind its shell. A player soon can discover the ability to propel the shell across the screen by kicking it. The player then must put together all the game mechanics that the level has taught them in order to get past the final stretch of enemies and obstacles. Afterwards, the player is introduced to the iconic ascending staircase of platform blocks, a level design feature in Super Mario Bros. That generally signals the end of a level. When the player jumps on the flagpole at the end of the level, the final positive reinforcement is given to the player as Mario slides down the pole while triumphant music plays. The player loses control of Mario as the level is successfully completed. World 1-1 also contains two secret game mechanics that a new player would likely pass by on their first playthrough, discovering the secrets upon replaying the game. There is a hidden question mark block, which contains a 1-up mushroom. In addition, there is a warp pipe that leads the player to a bonus room full of coins, the exit of which skips a large portion of World 1-1, placing the player near the flagpole. World 1-1 was carefully designed to uphold the philosophy of learn through play, successfully teaching gamers how to play and developers how to design platformer levels. Super Mario Bros. Continues to hold a legacy as World 1-1 continues to be played daily by gamers around the world.